তো ভাই কি অবস্থা সবার? কথা কি ঠিক আছে এখন? একটু কমেন্ট করে জানান যারা লাইভে আছে। এই তো ভাই আলহামদুলিল্লাহ ভাই, আপনার কি অবস্থা ভাই? আলহামদুলিল্লাহ ভাই। তবে কোন আমির খেলা ভাই, কিছু বলার নাই। হ্যাঁ ভাই, নতুন নিলাম এটা। 15,000 ভাই। 8 বিন টান ভাই, আইডির মধ্যে বইরা গেছে একদম। ভাই হাইরা গেছি, কালকে খেলছিলাম, পুরা আনলাকি ছিলাম। কয়েকটা হেড মিস করছে আমার ওরা, রোনালদো। আপনার কাছে থাকলেই লাভ কি ভাই? 3-0, 3-0 ভাই। ডাবল টাচ আমার কাছেও আছে একটা। ম্যাচটা দেখামু, একটু ওয়েট করেন, ম্যাচটা দেখাইতাছি দাঁড়ান। কিলগুলো এড করে পরে দেখাইতেছি, রেকর্ড করে রাখছিলাম তো। হ্যাঁ ভাই, এটা নিছি। হ্যাঁ, বিতিনা এটা ভালোই ভাই, চালাইতে পারেন, ভালো পাসিং করে। আকাল shot। হ্যাঁ ভাই, সেটাই ভাই, ওইখানে যে চান্সটা পাইছি খেলার, এটাই ভাই আমার কাছে অনেক। দাঁড়ান আপনাদেরকে ম্যাচটা দেখাই এক মিনিট। ওই যে দেখেন জিকুর সাথে ম্যাচটা ছিল, যে ম্যাচটা দেখাই, ফুল ম্যাচ দেখেন।
Oh, and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The
খুব
sky's
বাজে খেলছি
clear,
ভাই,
the
খুব
noise
বাজে।
is
লাইভ স্ট্রিম
fervent,
কইরা
the
গেছি ভাই, খুব
atmosphere
একটু টায়ার্ড
frenetic.
ছিলাম, ভালো খেলতে পারি নাই, মাথা মুথা গরম হয়ে
And
গেছিল।
it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
কালকে তো এটা
Nice
দিয়ে
to hear so,
খেলছিলাম।
Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere, and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. It's Cristiano
ম্যাচটা
Ronaldo!
ও নেস্তা বলটা ধরতে পারলো না,
Scoring's first
রার
significant
ছিল।
moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Passing is crisp and sharp. Ferdinand.
পোর্ট্রিবল ডিফল্ট এখন নাই,
Breakaway
আমি নতুন আইডি নিছি, এটার মধ্যেও ছিল না,
to Lahm.
আমার নিজে এডিট করা লাগছে। ডিফল্টে থাকলে একটু ভালো হয়।
Ferdinand. No, no way through. Ambitious ball here.
ভাই রে ভাই, বেরগুমি যেই পরিমাণ পেন দিছে ভাই, কয়েকটা এমন এমন হেড দিছে গুলিত
Giroud.
মুলিতের উপর দিয়া।
And the counter is on.
ওরে ভাই,
Nedved tries to pass it through. It's a good-looking delivery. Vitinha.
এটা কিন্তু জিকুর সাথে যে ম্যাচ খেলছিলাম, এটা হলো এই ম্যাচ।
Now it's Hullet. Hullet. This is promising.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Fired deep towards the back post.
Akita are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's
এই
on
যে
their
আপনার
side.
এইখানে পাঁচটা দিতে পারলাম না, লেট করে ফেলছে।
Lahm is one of those
হ্যাঁ
players
ভাই, অনেক
who's
খুবই
known
স্ট্রং
for
প্লেয়ার।
reading the game better than anyone. Played towards the other side.
That's a cracking pass to stretch the opposition.
And that's been
ট্রাই
intercepted.
করছিলাম,
That's
বাট
good
আপনার
positioning,
পারলাম
smart
না,
play from him.
মিস্টেক
Well, that
করছি
was well
যেগুলার জন্য।
positioned and well pinched.
ওইদিকে দেখলাম
Now
আপনার
with
রেনার
their
টু
backs to
ইয়াসিন
goal.
রে আপনার 300 নে তারাই দিছে।
Roberto Carlos, cross to the back post.
Akita are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards
ভাই
have styled
ভ্যান
this
ডাইক
leading into
এই
be
ফরমেশনের সাথে
very
ভালো
sharp,
খেলে, সেজন্যই
chasing
মূলত
non-stop,
খেলাইছিলাম।
running after
ভ্যান
lost
ডাইক এতটা
causes.
খারাপও খেলে
Well,
নাই,
you need a lot of
প্রথম
movement
গোলটা ভাই
if
নেস্তাই
you're going to make
খাওয়াইছে,
it work.
ওই প্রেস করতে পারে নাই রোনালদোরে।
Nedved. Now it's Shevchenko. Pass is coming off in quick
এই
succession.
যে এই পাসটা ভাই দিতে
Swings
পারলো
it
না সেবা
across.
ভাই, এটা ইজি গোল ছিল দেখেন।
Gone looking for safety.
আহারে কি মিস করলাম একটা, একটা মিস্টেকের জন্য আপনার খেলাটা চলে গেছে।
Nesta. Vitinha can see things others simply cannot. And this is Shevchenko. Shevchenko! And it's Vitinha.
ভাই এটা মিস দেখেন, এই যে দুইটা গোল মিস হয়ে গেছে। এটাও কিন্তু একটা চান্স ক্রিয়েট করছিলই ভালোই, এটাও গোল হওয়ার সম্ভাবনা ছিল। ভিউ দেখেন ভাই কেমনে পাটা লাগাই দিল।
Okay, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
ট্রাই করছি অনেক, বাট কাজ হইল না।
Pedri. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Shevchenko. Shevchenko. Oh, this is a very good run. Drives it in.
গুলিত ভাই
Oh,
পুরা
the
ডেড,
touch is just too
মানে
good.
একটা হেডও দিতে পারে না
No
বালাবেরা।
doubt about that.
It speaks for itself, doesn't it? Best left there.
Oh no, this does not look good. That's a throw.
90 স্পিড মাস্ট এখন যে কোনো সিপির দরকার ভাই, 90 এর নিচে স্পিড থাকলে প্রবলেম। আর ইয়া অ্যাক্সিলারেশন
Oh, good read.
কমপক্ষে
He
80
read
ভাই
it
দরকার।
really well and stopped it.
And that'll be the final action of the first half. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time because in truth they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works,
গেমটাই ভাই
we may
স্ক্রিপ্ট
see
হয়ে
a
গেছে।
very different side second half. We need to.
And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Akita really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
It's Cristiano
ভালো একটা সেভ
Ronaldo!
দিছিল দিদা।
And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
ভাই
Cristiano
4-3-1 তো
Ronaldo
আপনি
really
যে
must be thinking what he
যে
has to
কোনো
do to score
ম্যানেজারের
here.
এখানেই পাবেন,
Turkey with
ডিফল্ট
their
ডে
first
আছে,
corner, the first in the game for either
কোনো
side.
ক্লাবের লাগে না।
Best! Toure clears it away.
কাউন্টারে গেছিলাম,
That's
এই নাম একটা
really
মিস
well
পাস হয়ে গেছে
manoeuvred.
দেখেন।
And now a sudden chance
দিছিলাম
to counter.
কার্লোসে, চলে গেছে ওইদিকে।
There were better options
হালকা
before
পাতলা
the ball
একটু
was lost. Easy to say
হেভি
from
ছিল।
up here, I know.
আমার চশমা
Looking
কই
for
পাইলেন মিয়া?
options for movement. Cross into the box.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
এবারে দিছিলাম এটা।
And that pass just didn't quite work. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
And here's Suarez. Van Dijk was in no mood for any of that. Has a look and plays it forward. Now, can they get him away?
That's going in strongly.
Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area.
ভাই কোন চশমার কথা বলতেছেন?
He gets the ticking off and needs to be very careful now.
He just needs to find the control button on his aggression before the ref does it for him, Peter.
ওয়ালাইকুম সালাম ভাই।
I think it looks as if they're going to try
আমি
and get
একাই
this
একটা
one in
স্কোরে
with
লাইভ
pace.
স্ট্রিম করি আর
So,
গেম
time
খেলি।
for changes on both sides, actually.
Number 7, Nedved. Number 11, Shevchenko. Number 19, Messi.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Johan Cruyff. Substitution.
Ronaldo chasing after it.
Turkey have really
ভাই
been
জিকু
terrific
ডিফেন্ডার
at
ভাই
snuffing
এত
out the
এগ্রেসিভ
threat.
খেলছে
Now
ভাই।
for something different.
এরা ভাই ডিফেন্স করছে ভাই।
Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo running with the ball. Great chance!
মিস্টেক করছে এটা পুরা।
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break.
বিতিনারে
They're
দিছিলাম
really
আপনার
swift.
সেকেন্ড বারে, ওই ফার্স্ট বারে মাইরা দিছে। সেকেন্ড বারে মারলে আপনার রিবাউন্ডে দেমবেলের কাছে বলটা যাওয়ার চান্স আছিল, সেভ দিল।
He rises!
ইয়া তুরেও বাহির দিয়ে মারছে।
Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
Van Dijk cuts it out. Your impression so far, Jim?
Look, they may be one down, but they're not shying away. Time is on their side, and they're set on using it.
Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. And it's Dembele. Neymar providing an outlet on that flank.
এই যে রোনালদো এই হেডটা বাইরে মারছে ভাই
He will
মিস
be
হ্যাঁ ভাই এই যে
really
ম্যাচ যেটা দেখাইতেছে এটাই জিকুর সাথে ম্যাচ এটা ভাই গোল হওয়ার সম্ভাবনা আছিল বলটা ভিতর গোল পোস্টের ভিতরে গেলেই গোলটা হয়ে যেত
Pirlo. Bellingham is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Rummenigge. Platini. Lahm delivers.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to
আর্টিস্ট
goals.
কখন রিমুভ করবে এটা তো ভাই জানি না করবে না এটা কোন আমি বল রেঞ্জ এই 30 প্লাস খেল নাই আমার ঠিক বাট 30 প্লাস আর কি লাস্টে আপনার দুইটা খাইয়া গেছিলাম
And this is Ronaldo. Great ball, and he's in here. It is looking like the end. If anything's going to happen, it's got to happen now.
এই যে ব্যান্ডাইকরে দিয়া প্রেস
He's
করছিলাম
got a
এনে
big
একটা মিস্টেক
chance,
করে ফেলছি
and it
এই জন্য
might
খাইয়া
do
গেছি
the trick.
He has found the way through.
ব্যান্ডাইকের দুই পায়ের নিচ দিয়া গোল বাইরে ভাই
And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. That was a given. It always was.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
হ্যাঁ
Things
ভাই 80
started to
মিনিটের
look
পরেই
very comfortable.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They've played with great courage to try and kill this off, and for me, it looks like...
দেন তো ভাই এই গোলটি রোনালদো ওই যে দুইটা ভাই
Well,
ইজি
that
হেড
wasn't
বাইরে
too
মারছে
dissimilar to the previous attempt.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet,
পুরা
Peter, but I
খেলাটাই
do
শেষ করে
feel
লাইছে
they're
লাস্ট
upping the
মিনিটে
ante
একটা
here.
খাইয়া
They'll get
গেছিলাম
the
পরে
reward if they can stick at this.
Pirlo.
3 minutes added time.
Bellingham. Fourth official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. Platini takes control of it and he's on the move. Gets his head on it! And it's there!
হ্যাঁ ভাই কয়েন নাই
Pick that one out. It was a bullet.
So well played, Peter.
লেফট সাইড একটু কম দেখা যা
And that is a
ক্যাশ ভাই ম্যাচ এই পর্যন্তই ছিল 5টা শুট নিয়েছি আমারটা কাজে লাগে নাই এগুলো নিচে সব কাজে লাগছে যাই হোক বেড়া নাই আরো ম্যাচ আছে অনেক কি তো আছে রুমি নাই আমার রুমিরে আমি খেলাই না ফরমেশন গাইডলাইন এই যে ভাই এটা গাইডলাইন হ্যান্ড একটা ব্যাচ জীবনেও খেলামো না পাও একটা পুরা তাই লং রিচ ট্যাকেল দিছিল কামেন না কোনো হ্যাঁ 3305 হয় হ্যাঁ রুমি তো কার্ড আসতেছে না রুমির বিশেষ করে নতুন কার্ড আসতেছে না তো সেই জন্য মার্সেল ভাই গেমের বাইরে অনেক দিন ধরে খেলা টেলাও ঠিক মতো করতেছিলাম না ভালো করে প্র্যাকটিস করতে খেলা বাজে হয়ে গেছে অনেক ক্লাসিক নাম্বার 10 মোটামুটি এত ডাহামুড়ি ভালো যে ওইরকম না। আর্দাগুলারে কি আছে, ব্লিচ কালার নাকি? না, ভীষণ নারী পাস। কেমন ওইটা? খেলাই নাই তো। ইয়ামাল প্লে মেকার, পোল পালমার, ওরে ভাই। মোমেন্টাম ড্রিবলিং আর কি? 3-0 ভাই। ম্যাচটা দেখেন, কিছুক্ষণ আগেই দেখাইছি আপনার লাইভটা, পিছনে টাইনে নেন তাহলেই দেখতে পারবেন। ডেল পেরো আছে, ওরে ভাই। চিন্তা করতেছি মেকলেরে খেলামো নাকি। করতে আবার আপনার এই ভিশনারি পাস আছে, ভিশনারি পাস প্লাস লং রেঞ্জ ট্যাকল আছে, ওটা দেখি খেলামো। আরে আমু তুরে তো খেলাই নাই তুরি ভাই। সালিবারে ট্রাই করবো একটু। হাতি নিউতাস। ওয়ালাইকুম সালাম ভাই, কি অবস্থা? না ভাই, কিন্তু না, ভাল লাগে না। স্কুলস ভাই ভাল লাগে না এটির আমার। এমনি ভাই। ফেল দিয়ে হইলো কেন ভাই? এবার ডিভিশনে ফ্রি এবার জিকেটা দিয়ে গিয়ে ভালো পজিশন বানায়েন। ওকে ভাই। আমার ফেভারিট সিএফ ভাই। ডেম্বেলে 1 নাম্বার, 2 নাম্বার রোনালদো, 3 নাম্বার গুলিত। থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ সুলতান আহমেদ ভাই। হাই ব্রাই। আর মাত্র কাবলে চলো কে হইতে, হ্যাঁ ভাই, দেখা যাক হয় কিনা।
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set.
অপোনেন্ট শুরুতেই ভাই ডাবল ডিফেন্স অন
And
কেন?
that gets things running. Oliver Kahn, a huge man with a huge presence, And a big voice in the... Oh, shooting chance!
It's Dembele.
It's there!
Well, once more, it's him.
What a goal,
And we
brother.
can't be surprised because his instinct for doing
Just
this
Dembele,
is incredible.
Dembele.
A truly wicked strike, nigh on perfection.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
Arsenal are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Looking to play him in, and he's worked it through. He's found a way through. Now the ball in.
ভাই ডেম্বেলের গোলটা কি রকম লাগলো আপনাদের কাছে কমেন্ট করে জানায়েন
Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Played back into the centre. So just a one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. And here's Hullet. Driving on and making good progress. Kukçu. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Makaleli. And it's Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos. Cross to the back post. Easy enough for the goalkeeper.
হ্যাঁ ভাই কার্ডউইন টার্নটা অনেক জোস দিছিল ডেম্বেলে পারফেক্ট কালটাও ছিল জোস
Nesta makes the interception. Makaleli has a look and plays it forward. And here's Hullet. Messi. He has found the way through.
রোজা
Touch is just too thick. Could really have done
ট্রাই
better.
করেন ভাই পারবেন
Yeah, very
এক শট
careless,
শিখেন
and,
আগে
I leave it at that.
Maldini promptly onto that, and that is that. Batistuta. Rashford is the type of player who always likes having a bit of space in front of him. 15 minutes till half-time. He's shifting through the gears here. Dida gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. Nedved. And it's Messi. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Nedved has created one goal already. Looking to go deep.
উফ কি কমু আর ভাই এখন গোল দিতে পারে কালকে জিগোর সাথে খেললাম ভাই একটা হেড দিতে পারে নাই বারগমির উপরে দিয়াম এখন দেখা যায় আপনার
Terrific header. He met that
ভাই
well.
নার্ভাস বিষয়টা না বিষয়টা হলো ভাই আমার কিছু এরিয়াল উইন করতে পারি না আর কি
Just came in at the perfect time and the perfect angle.
যে রোনালদো আর কি দুইটা বাইরে মারছে দেখলেন না হেড
So that's
ইজি হেড
two
ছিল
now without reply.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
প্যারা নাই ভাই ম্যাচ আরো আছে সামনে
Zanetti defending his corner
ইয়াসিন
stubbornly, stood up very
জিয়ার
well. The keeper to beat on.
ওইও আপনার 3-0 থাইরা গেছে রেনাতো যার সাথে আমি জিতছিলাম
And he's managed to get free. Good ball, good take. Dida claims comfortably.
সরি ভাই রুম খেলি না
Time whistle.
হ্যাঁ ভাই একটু
Look back on
মিস্টেক
the first
হয়েছিল
45 minutes.
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
তো যারা লাইভে আছেন সবাই লাইভটাকে লাইক করে দিন
It has been a remarkable contest, decorated by goals, and two between them at half-time.
আইকিউ 13 আমি ভাই তোমার আমি মডারেটর দিলাম যারা স্প্যাম করে ওদেরকে ইয়াও করে দিও রিমুভ করো ভাই তাজুল দালাল কে ভাই আপনি ভাই এক এক দিন ভাই এক একজনের নাম বলেন আইসা দালাল টালাল দিদা ভাই এনি ডে এনি ডে এসিএস ভাই এত লেওরা গোলকিপার দিই না আর ওর মতো কেসের থেকে অলিভার খান ভালো 100%।
Yaya Toure. Messi. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Nesta. Yaya Toure is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Makalele. Batistuta.
Akita have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
That's gone for a throw-in.
ব্লক করতে হবে না, আপনি মেসেজগুলো ডিলিট করে দেন। উদাই স্প্যাম করে কমেন্ট ভাই, এমন না যে ভাই আমি কমেন্ট পড়ি না, এমন যদি তো যে কমেন্টই পড়ি না স্প্যাম করতে থাকতো কোনটারে বুঝাইতো ভাই, রিপ্লাই সাথে সাথে দিতাছি তাও হুদাই স্প্যাম করে আইসা। ওরে দেমবেলে হোয়াট এ ড্রিবলিং।
Arsenal can breathe again, just.
Well, that
Right.
tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
And he cuts out the supply. Batistuta. And he's picked out the run. Raul. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. A header! No, he didn't quite meet it right. And it's Rashford. But and the shot!
ওরে ভাই স্মার্ট এজিটটা খাই গেলাম।
And yes, it's there! Right back in the game. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Arsenal are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
আলহামদুলিল্লাহ ভাই ভালো, আপনার কি অবস্থা ভাই? ডিফেন্সিভ দিয়ে রাখেন ডিফেন্ডারে।
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
কি রে ভাই, এটা কি হইলো?
This
কেমনে
is
বল নিল এটা
threatening
ভাই?
to become a really good game.
আইছে রে ভাই।
Oh, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Well, Jim, it is abundantly clear that the tone of this game has changed markedly within the last few moments.
Well, it has, because the deficit has now been halved, Peter, and because of that, it seems
স্মার্ট
to have
এজিস্ট পুরা।
developed into some sort of shock for them, and it's going to be very interesting to see how they can take it on from here.
Shevchenko. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. It's a pretty loose pass. And he's only too
Ai,
happy
hai
to
re,
take
khai
that
gelam।
back. And this is
উফ
Raul.
বাচ্চা গেছি।
Oh, the
Lose,
kick is
brother,
wonderfully
lose.
well there.
He stood his ground brilliantly until he actually needed to act, and everything he did there was spot on. Arsenal really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That
সামনে
could
আর
well
একটা
have
বড়
been it.
টুর্নামেন্ট আছে, আর ওইটার মধ্যে ইনভাইটেশন পাইছি। ওইখানে আপনার
Makelele stops it
ওয়ার্ল্ডের
and
প্রায়
intercepts.
100 জন প্লাস
It's the
প্লেয়ার
sort of
খেলবে ওইখানে।
situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
ওইটাও দেখাবো ইনশাল্লাহ।
Akita can really think about
মাত্র
the
তো ভাই
precious
ইন্টারন্যাশনাল
seconds that tick
টুর্নামেন্ট
off the
আগে
clock.
এত খেলি নাই,
No need to overly commit now.
এখন ইনশাল্লাহ রেগুলার খেলা হবে।
Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Cross needs to be good.
দূরও যা হেড দিতে পারলো না।
Nice and easy for the goalkeeper.
ভিডিও তো ভাই উনি দিবেই।
And there goes the final whistle. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride.
থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ ভাই। আলহামদুলিল্লাহ ভাই ভালো ভাই, আপনার কি অবস্থা ভাই? না ভাই এখন ফ্রেন্ডলি তো খেলবো না। আমি হাইস রেটিং বলতে ভাই র্যাঙ্ক গেছিলাম আপনার 243 এরকম গেছিলাম। আমার সর্বপ্রথম যে আইডিটা ছিল 2023-এ 23-24-এর দিক। এখন যে আইডি আছে এটা তো নতুন এবারেই আসলাম, আগের আইডিতে করছিলাম আর 700 আর 640। দিদা আমার কাছে দিদা বেস্ট। এটা কেন আগাই রাখবো জানেন? ফ্যানদের সাথে বিগ টাইম দিছে ঠিক আছে, রেটিংও বাড়াইছে ঠিক আছে সবই, তো প্রবলেমটা হলো গা আপনার ওরা কিন্তু এই যে কিকের যে একটা স্কিল আছে না নতুন দিদার যেটা আছে ওইটা কিন্তু দেয় নাই ওরা ওইটা দিলে ও নাম্বার 1 থাকতো ওরা দেয় নাই এটা দুইটা বিল্ড আপ খেলাইতে পারবেন বাট একটা বিল্ড আপের সাথে অন্য প্লেইং স্টাইলের একটা খেলানো বেটার তালিবার একটা ম্যাচ খেলাই দেখি তো কেমন খেলে তালিবা পাতলা প্লেয়ার তো দেখি 98 ফিট 93 নাই আলহামদুলিল্লাহ ভাই, ভালো আপনার কি অবস্থা ভাই হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ ওইটা গিয়েছিলাম ওটা আগের আইডিতে ছিল আগের আইডিতে আপনার ব্যান হয়ে গেছে তখন ভাই খেলার একটা জুস আছিল এখন ভাই পাইতাছি না একদিন ধরে
Well,
তো গেম
football is, of course,
করছিলাম না
ultimately
যে
just a
লাস্ট
game, but for
2
the
সপ্তাহ
next
মনে হয়
2
লাইভই
hours,
আসি নাই
it might not feel like that.
খুব
The
বাজে
stadium
অ্যাক্টিভই
is full of
গেছে এই
noise
মাসটা
and energy. This certainly matters. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. Well, as you can see, we've already started here. Well, there's the man we're all here to see, the thriller-minute Neymar. He really does turn every game into a showbiz occasion. So I wonder, Jim, what is in today's show?
Well, plenty, we hope, Peter. Being the kind of player who likes to take it upon himself to win, whether it's his vision and creativity or being more direct in providing a threat up front, we're bound to see something special, I hope.
Because we always have in the past.
Indeed.
Saliba gets good distance on it. Not getting too much time on the ball here, that is good pressing. Nedved, he's shifting through the gears. Chance for a shot! They've scored! First
হ্যাঁ
blood
ভাই
goal!
ফাইম ভাইকে চিনি উনি তো অনেক ওল্ড প্লেয়ার
That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
এফ2বি
I'm
প্লেয়ারের
not
জন্য
making
বেস্ট
any
সিবি হলো
apologies,
গাই যে
but I
ব্যান
was
দেবেন একটা
willing
দিছিল
him
না
to
ফ্রি
supply the
এই
finish, and
নমিনেশন
he
কার্ড
came
দিয়ে
up
মনে
trumps.
হয় ওটা ভাই বেস্ট 5
Sunderland
স্টার কার্ড
are
টিকিট
already
দিয়ে যে দিছিল
chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Trippier. Can he get it through? It's a promising position.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
I think that's offside. Yes, it is.
হার্ড টু সিবি ভাই এটি চলে না আরে ভাই লেয়া পড়া ভাই ভাল লাগে না কোনো মতে পরীক্ষাতে পাশ করলি
And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Here's a
ওরে
header!
ভাই হেড দিয়ে মারতাছে
Goal!
কালকে একটা হেড দিতে পারলো না জিকুর সাথে এখন হেড দিয়া উড়া
Ian
হেলতেছে
Price, and they are soaring! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
And it's Messi. Looking for a runner. Pullet is onto this.
মার্টিস প্লেয়ার
Caicedo. That's a lovely, neat pass. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Yaya Toure. Some really good ball movement.
Messi really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Bruno Fernandes. Showing good feet. Bruno Fernandes. Big header! That needed to be better, and he knows it.
You really could have done with engaging those crossers much higher up the pitch there. This isn't good defending.
ওকে ভাই ম্যাচ শেষে দেখা যাবে আরে ভাই প্যারা নাই বেশিক্ষণ হয়ে নাই আসছি
Now it's Pullet. And he was quick to react. Caicedo.
There will be 1 minute
Nedved.
added time.
That has been slung wide. And he's in on goal. It's the
ওরে ভাই কাল
Yes! And they're at it again in double quick time. A truly wicked strike, nigh on perfection.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take
অপোনেন্ট
your hat
খেলবে না
off
লিভ
and just
নিবে
say,
লিভ নিয়ে নিছে
too
ওই
good.
থ্যাঙ্কস
And that's it. So a real showpiece
লস
win.
ভাই লস
This lot were simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best endeavours.
অ্যাম্বুলেন্স রেনাল্ডোর সাথে তো খেলছিলাম ওর সাথে তো জিতছি কাটাকাটি হয়ে গেছে ভাই একটা জিতছি একটা হারছি যাক বেড়া নাই সামনে আরো ম্যাচ আছে ওইগুলা ফোকাস দিই হারতে হারতে তো সব ম্যাচ জিতলে তো হয় না যে কেউ ম্যাচ হারতে পারে এমন কোনো প্লেয়ার নাই যে ম্যাচ হারায় না রেনাল্ডো ভাই ওয়ার্ল্ড চ্যাম্পিয়ন প্লেয়ার ও হাইরা গেছে 3-0-তে কম কথা না যে ম্যাচ ফুটবল খেলা ভাই যে কোনো কিছু হইতেই পারে মিউটে নিয়ে আছে ভাই ম্যাচের শেষের দিক দিয়ে একটু কমেন্ট করেন তখন দিচ্ছি আই রে এরা নাই ব্রো
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set.
হ্যালো ব্রো হ্যালো ভাই বাংলাদেশ সার্ভার হতে হলে আপনার ই ফুটবলের বড় পর্যায়ে কাউকে যেতে হবে বুঝছেন তাহলে
Who do
পসিবল
you
এছাড়া
two
পসিবল
see
না
making the difference here?
Yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo. I don't think there's any...
Shot, surely! It's there!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening.
হ্যাঁ ভাই
It's
আপনারা সাথে
almost as
থাকলেই
if
তো
their
ভাই
friends
এক্সট্রা
saw
এনার্জি ভাই
nothing
খেলার
coming. They just didn't
হ্যাঁ পেড
anticipate.
পুস্ট
On
করি ভাই
heels rather than
দুই
toes.
তিনজন অর্ডার দিয়ে রাখছে
And that really is
এমনি কর্মু শেষ
so
কর্মু এত বুঝতেছি
impressive.
না
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing. Having the composure to score is another.
Barcelona are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Nedved. And it's Roberto Carlos. And Makaleli. Now it's Hullet. And he's running through. Oh, what has happened here? Passes short and sharp. It's Dembele! No mistake!
এমবেলে স্পেশাল
They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the
ও
blink
ভাই
of an
দেখছিলাম
eye.
আমি কালকে একটা হাইরে গেছিলাম
Oh,
ভালো লাগে নাই
delicious.
বেশ
Such a
আমারও
dominant
আশা ছিল
goal.
ভাই যাওয়ার
Oh, what a hit, Peter. And there was nothing
মাঠে
easy
জিস্ট
with the
কইরে ভাই
finish,
একটা
I
ম্যাচ
tell
হাইরে
you.
গেছিলাম
It was measured. It was simply inch perfect.
কিরে ভাই ওপোনেন্ট লিভ নিতেছে কেন গণহার এমনে ওরে ভাই শেলা কাল ভাই কের ব্লিচ কাল এমবেলে কাল অনলি দেখেন ভাই কালটা দেখেন ডেম্বেলের মারা খায় অপোনেন্টরাও লিভ নিতেছে। তোর ভাই কালকে একটা ড্র আর লস এগুলো না হইলে তার সাথে গেল আকু ভাই আপনি 1800-এর উপরে খেলেন না কেন? কিসের 1800-এর উপরে? আইএসপি বাই লিঙ্ক 3। কালকে ওইটা কোন আমি কাজ আসিল পুরা স্ক্রিপ্টের কাছে দুইটাই সেম আর বইল না। পরে আমি খেলাম ভাই কারে নিয়া ডেম্বেলে আপনারা দিয়া দিলে। পিক টাইমটা আমার বেশি ভাল লাগে, মানে অতিরিক্ত বেশি স্মুথ লাগে। ভাই মাঝে মাঝে মনে হয় ডিভিশন না খেলা কয়েকটা ভালো প্লেয়ারের
Oh,
সাথে
what a
পাইন।
sight this is. The
হ্যাঁ
colours,
ভাই
the
অবশ্যই
choreography,
ডিভিশনের
the
থেকে
power
ফ্রেন্ডলি
of
যারা
the
ভালো খেলে ওদের সাথে
fans
ম্যাচ
have
খেলেন,
put down
অবশ্যই
all the stops
খেলা
to
ভালো
make
হবে।
this a monumental occasion.
এবার ট্রেনিং আছে ভাই, ম্যাচের 80 মিনিটের দিকে কমেন্ট করেন।
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set.
যারা লাইভে আছেন সবাই ল্যাপটপে লাইক করে দেন।
So it's away we go then. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, the centre of midfield, Peter, is where battles are won and lost. So I see Rodri as a player who can dominate his midfield position.
ওরে
He's excellent
ডেম্বেলে
at winning and recycling the ball, as well as passing it all over the pitch. I see him as someone who's very well suited now even to those highest tempo games.
Messi! He's delivered all right!
Well, they would have been
হ্যাঁ
looking at
ডটমুন্ডের
him to
কোচটা ভাই
produce
অনেক
the
ভালো।
goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
কি গোল দিল রে ভাই মেসি, এরা ড্রিবলিং করছে। এই ডেম্বেলেও ভাই ভালো, এই ড্রিবলিং ভাই। হ্যাঁ অবশ্যই ডিভিশন এক আজকে যাবো ইনশাল্লাহ। ডিভিশন একে গিয়া পরে একটা সাবস্ক্রাইবার আইডি খেলবো, ফ্রি টু প্লে স্কোয়াড নিয়ে
This was
ডিভিশন একে
his
যাবো।
first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Haaland is sporting a guilty look after that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
ওরে একটুর জন্য।
Ruben Dias defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And this is Nedved. Great chance! They've scored!
ও ভাই আজকেই ফার্স্ট করলো।
And again in double quick time. He made it happen.
বলে
Squeezed
ভাই
through
মেসিরে
with
খেলাই
sheer
স্কোরের জন্য
will
না, মেসিরে
and
খেলাই বল নিয়ে
considerable
অ্যাসিস্ট করার
accuracy.
জন্য।
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
So that's two now without reply.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Oh, he's found support out wide.
Yeah, I think if that can be repeated, there's a good chance of a
Crossed
goal.
in. Oh, what a climb! And it's there!
আরে ভাই এটা আমার আইডি ছিল না।
Incredible spell. They are flying. Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
ওরে ভাই রে ভাই।
Is on his own. Chance! It's in! Again in
হ্যাঁ
a
ভাই আগেরটা
trice,
বেস্ট,
and they are soaring.
তবে এই মেসিটা রাইটিং এর জন্য বেস্ট, কারণ এটা স্পিড
Ends with
তো
the
অনেক ভালো, পাতলা
inevitable
বেশি, মানে
classy
ধরতে
finish.
পারবো খুব।
Look, if you want
ভালো কইরা। আর এএমএফ এর জন্য আপনার আগেরটাই ভালো আছিল।
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here.
And things are much healthier in their favor. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
তাক গোল দিমু না, বেশি গোল দিলে ঝামেলা।
Oh, he's enjoyed that.
সুন্দর
He
গোল পাইলে দিমু,
evidently
নাইলে
loves
দিমুই
the
না।
contest. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning.
Iniesta.
So good from him.
Messi. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. They're urging him to shoot, and he's gone backward here. Oh,
Penalty.
well played. He needed to get that right. Well, now it's a race for the ball. Caught offside that time.
হ্যাঁ, অবশ্যই ভালো বলা যায়। ওবেগের উইন দিয়া তো কিছু হবে না। ইম্পর্টেন্ট ম্যাচগুলো যদি আপনি
Kyle Walker.
আপনি
That's Beckham.
আপনার রাউন্ড অফ
Now that was a
128
decent ball.
তাইখা আপনি সেমি পর্যন্ত গেলেন, বাট
Beckham with the
সেমিতে
cross.
গিয়া হারলেন। তাহলে এই যে আগে যে এতগুলো খেললেন ভালো কইরা,
They've
সেমিতে
got to
গিয়ে
make
হারলেন
this
কিন্তু
nice and
লস হয়ে
quick.
গেল।
Messi.
মেন হলো আপনার
Now it's HALAL.
ইম্পর্টেন্ট ম্যাচগুলো যদি
Really
জিতেন
well measured
ওইটাই
ball.
ভালো।
Plays in a cross. Maldini can get it clear. Messi. And there's the end of the first half.
সরি ভাই, ইন্ডিভিজুয়াল
Staggering,
দেখাইতাম ওকে।
just staggering. Not in their wildest dreams would they have expected a half-time scoreline like this.
Please turn your attention
Well,
to the
for me,
screen
it's a
for
lead that's
information
thoroughly
provided
deserved,
by
Peter.
local
They've been
police.
quicker to pretty much everything so far. The only thing you've got to wonder is how taxing is this for the players?
পাইতাম
How
আগে।
long can they keep it up for? Are we going to see a fade in this second half?
এই বিষয়টা ভাই সিক্রেট রাখতেই। না ভাই, হইছে না তো এখনো। কোন আমি ভাই যে ডিবেন দিছি এটি আর আনবেন দিছি।
Substitution.
Here we go again.
এটা তো ভাই করা যায় না, এটা করা গেলে তো ভালোই আছিল।
Aims beyond the defence. Haaland! Oh, terrific save.
না ভাই,
If they hope to have any chance
টুর্নামেন্ট
to
জিতলে
take
অবশ্যই
this
টাকা
round, they
পাবেন
have to
চ্যাম্পিয়ন হইলে।
abandon their shoot on sight
ভাই ডিফেন্স
policy.
নিয়ে কি বলবো
It's
বলেন
just
ভাই,
not
আপনার
working.
কি সমস্যা বলেন।
And we have our very
আমার
first
ডিফেন্স
goal.
লাইন দেখেন ভাই, আমি কিভাবে কোন
Messi
প্লেয়ার
with the short
কোন
one.
প্লেইং স্টাইল নিয়ে খেলতেছি ডিফেন্স, এগুলো একটু ফলো করেন
Messi
তাহলেই
is
হবে।
flagged offside.
হ্যাঁ অবশ্যই দেমবেলে বেস্ট, সুয়ারেজ আমার নাই যদিও বলতে পারতাছি না, সুয়ারেজও বেস্ট। অপোনেন্ট যারা সাথে পড়ছিন উপায় লাইছে।
Thuram, a man never lacking in drive or determination. Yaya Toure. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Tries to play it through. He's had a shot! No mistake!
তাহলে তো আপনার নেট সমস্যা, বল উইন করতে লেট হলে তো
Attack
নেটওয়ার্ক সমস্যা
continues
নাকি।
to widen. A brutal
Community
statement that underpins
of
where these teams are at.
Absolutely
Bangladesh.
no element of fluke either. Makes this even more worrying in some ways.
And now he has two. It's become a case of men against boys. That's a lovely, neat pass. Yaya Toure is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. And it's Makalele. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
আরে মারছিলাম স্লাইড কেন মেরে দিছে, বল পাই গেছি রে।
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Oh, what's he done? He's found a way through.
পেনাল্টি দে ভাই।
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Neymar.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
আরে কি করলো এটা?
Ball is over the line.
ব্যাক পাস পাসে ক্লিক করে আপনার ড্যাশ বাটনে ডাবল ক্লিক করবেন।
Neymar. Toure did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Looks a good ball through. That's the keeper's ball. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Now it's Hullet. Now that's well seen too. Neymar. Shifted it to the flank. Now it's HALAL. Passing is crisp and sharp. It's a promising position, and it's played into the middle. Maldini gets it away. Messi. And the counter is on. And here's Haaland. And it's Neymar. He's tried one! No, it's wide.
মোটামুটি ভালো ভাই। টি কার্ড কেমন হবে এটা আপনিও ভালো জানেন, আমিও ভালো জানি।
Good defending there. They've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. And the number on the board is 3. And this is Dembele. And this is Nedved. Roberto Carlos could try cutting inside here. Oh, super ball. Real chance! And it's hit the woodwork and out. It's in.
আমি অ্যাসিস্টেড খেলি। এটা ভাই আপনার পার্সোনাল, আপনার যেটাই ভালো সুবিধা পান ওইটাই খেলবেন। আমার দেখা দেখি যে খেলবেন না ভাই, জিকো চ্যালেঞ্জটাতে লস। অবশ্যই দিব ভাই, দিব না কেন? না ভাই, রুম থেকে স্ট্যান্ডার্ড প্লেয়ার নিতে পারবেন। ম্যাচটা আমার লাইভের শুরু থেকে যান, তাহলেই দেখতে পারবেন। খালিবার একটু খেলায় দেখি কিরকম খেলে। ভাই সেটিং তো আগেও দেখাইছি। এদবেদের ট্রেনিং, আর কার ট্রেনিং চান? এটা ভাই লাকে হয়ে গেছে। ম্যাচে তো ঢুকে গেছি, ওয়েট করেন ম্যাচটা শেষ করি। জি মাত্র খেলা একটু ফার্স্টে ভাই 4-3-1 ফরমেশন যদি অপোনেন্ট হার্ড হয়ে যায় একটু। সেটিং ভাই কোনটা জানার দরকার এটা বলেন। মেলোগা পিক্সেট খেলি, আর এই যে পিক্সেট বাটন যেটা আছে কন্ট্রোলার বাটন, ওইটা হলো আপনার হোয়াইট দেওয়া, আর কর্সার চেঞ্জ হলো অ্যাসিস্টেড দেওয়া। নিউজ পেপার ট্রেনিং তো দিছি ভাই, দেখেন।
There's the whistle, and here we go.
Well, if you're looking for a match winner down there, Peter, we can't ignore Gabriel Batistuta, or Batigol, as he's become known.
Nobody would ignore him.
He has all the attributes, Peter, and the list is too long for me to mention them now. I'll settle on lethal.
Out towards the flank. Rijkaard did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
Well, the box was just so...
Up he goes!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Makaleli, great ball and he's in here. Kunde with the clearance. Looking for a runner.
Smart assist user.
Oh, red, nice interception. And it's Neymar. Roberto Carlos.
বসাকে আউট করে লাইছে একদম। মাস্টার লিগ ভাই কবে থেকে শুনতাছি, আরো 1-2 বছর আগে দেওয়ার কথা, শুনতেই আছি শুধু আর পাইতাছি না।
Hazard. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Raul. Now he's got space here. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Correct.
Neymar really struggling to influence the game.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
Messi, and they're on him in a flash. Cleared without complication. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup.
ওরে ভাই,
Oh, played right into his path. He's beaten the last shot at goal! Yaya Toure. Now Neymar. And it's Roberto Carlos.
এই গুলিতে করলোটা কি এটা দেন তো।
Messi unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. And no, he's seen through all of that. Now it's Batistuta. Batistuta, he's got away. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. He's in a great position here. Bumps him off it and
কি রে
wins
ভাই,
back
এটা
the
কি
ball.
করতেছে?
Rijkaard defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And there's the end of the first half. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings.
And if you do have a chance today,
How's the
please
first
take
half
some
compared
time
with
out
your
to give your support
expectation?
to our
I have to
veterans.
say,
নেইমার
I think
বারবার
it's
বল
a
লুজ
good
করতেছে। হ্যাঁ ভাই, তাই
but
তো
it's
দেখতেছি।
clear that they need a little more
না, এরকম
energy
করতেছে
and
কে?
more precision
Substitution
up
in
top.
progress.
They proved they can create chances. Now they need to start putting them away. That's the next step.
Well, after 45 minutes, it is still goalless. A change perhaps after half-time. So we're just settling back into this second half. Both sides
নেইমার
defensively
এত ফাউ
robust up
বাজে
to
খেলতেছে।
now. Saliba.
আই হায়, এটা কেটা পাস
Well,
দিল?
it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Batistuta. Yaya Toure. Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Now it's Hullet. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. And the referee has shown him a yellow card.
টাইট মার্কিং দিয়ে রাখবেন
Well, this looks promising in terms of
যদি
distance
একটা
and
আপনি
angle. And so we have the first set piece of the game. Messi!
গুরুজা
Goalless still, neither side really getting onto the
কথা
front foot. Oh, that's a key interception. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
আরে রবার্তো কার্লোস কি মারলো এটা
Pass
পাসটা?
is intercepted. Looking for the run. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Yaya Toure. Very few chances to talk of, Jim. Defence is, it seems, on top here.
Yeah, I think it's a scoreline in keeping with what we've seen up to this.
It's a mighty effort!
মিস করলাম।
And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Dembele clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. It's a searching pass. Yaya Toure is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Can he get it through? No foul, says the referee. Great shot!
কি আর কমু ভাই,
That was superb goalkeeping.
পেলে নাই তো আমার।
Tuta actually didn't do an awful
হ্যাঁ
lot wrong,
CR7
to be
আছে।
honest.
লিঙ্ক আপ দিতে আমাকে। ইস
Substitution on the field. Number 6.
Madrid with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually.
Gullit. Number 14.
Oh,
দিছিল ভাই আরেকটু জন।
that's a half-decent try.
Well,
Camera
he's
setting
furious with
dynamic way.
himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Coming on the field. Number 11. Shevchenko. Number 9. Cristiano Ronaldo. Number 23. Vitinha.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Number 22. Hazard.
Now, can they get him away?
কি আর কমু ভাই,
Cleared without hesitation.
রোনালদো হেডটা দিতে পারলো না কান্নাবির উপরে।
And smartly reclaimed. Can he finish? Really well taken goal. That could turn out to be a huge, huge goal.
There was this feeling that the game was petering out, but credit for never losing their focus despite things not going as planned. Now comes the question, will they stick or twist?
It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
So the first goal of the game.
What a great time to score, but it does give the manager a real headache. Does he sit on this lead now, or try and finish it off?
And the whistler's gone for a reckless challenge there. And he is going into that little black book. Well, he stayed down and is in very obvious discomfort here.
Well, Peter, when you're up against a speedster, you've got to get to him early and not let him get into his stride. And
হাতে
he's
নিয়ে
not
আনতাম,
doing that.
আনমো না ভাই। রোনালদোরে দিছিলাম।
Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game's only goal. Shevchenko claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument.
এই যে ভাই এমবাপ্পে ট্রেনিং, পুরো ম্যাচ ট্রেনিং একজন চাইছিলেন। এখন নাই ভাই, 4-3 ফরমেশন নাই এখন। যারা লাইভে আছেন সবাই লাইক করে দেন। পরে লাইভ ওয়াচার থেকে দেখি কাহিনী কি। আচ্ছা ভাই, যেহেতু এত রিকোয়েস্ট করতেছেন খেলামু সুপার সাবে। সুপার সাবে এমবাপ্পের নামামু জান। ইনকাপ তো নাই, টেস্টওয়্যার ডিএমএফ নামাইছি, ভিশনারি পাস হলা, লং
So
রিচ ট্যাকল
bring it
প্লাস
on.
ভিশনারি
Height,
পাস আছে।
expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and
সুপার
we're
সাবে
about to
মারবো
be
না।
dished up a feast of it. And that gets things running. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, Peter, Aurelian Tchouameni is someone I see as being a real tour de force in that midfield. He's a tireless worker. I've heard so many people say he's just a nightmare to try and get away from. A real destroyer whose abilities on the counter press
উদাই
are
স্লাইড
very
মারছে একটা।
potent.
He would be the obvious
ভাই
choice,
ডিপল
wouldn't he?
ফরমেশন
He
নাই,
certainly
4-3-2
has all the right qualities.
কম। ভাই যারা বালা বুঝেন একটু কষ্ট করে
And
লিখা
just to
দিয়ে দেন।
confirm that the referee did issue a yellow card for that earlier incident. That's a sharp pass. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. Couldn't squeeze it through. Conte. Here's Scholes. Thuram. Makaleli. Can he get it through? He's beaten the last man.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Yaya Toure. That's a foul.
উদাই
No
স্লাইড
two ways
মারতেছে।
about it.
রেড
He's
খাইব
shown him
কয়েকটা,
a
হ্যাঁ
yellow
মেইন
card.
আইডি।
And it's Yaya Toure.
Yeah, the crowd have tried to spark some excitement, but to no avail. This needs something explosive.
Passing is crisp and sharp. And this is Dembele. Dembele. Looking tidy in possession here. Messi. Oh, that's nice. Zanetti did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. And it's made its way to him. I think that's offside. Yes, it is.
ভাই ফর্ম যেটা স্ট্যান্ডার্ড এটা থাকলে নর্মাল, কি ফর্ম থাকলে আপনার মোটামুটি ভালো থাকবে, আর এ ফর্ম থাকলে একদম কড়া ফর্ম। ফর্ম যেটা বেশি থাকবে মনে করেন ওইটাই তো ভালো খেলবে।
Haaland. Can he get on the end of this? Mateus providing an outlet on that flank.
That was well seen too. Good clearance.
Roberto Carlos. O'Shea is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Roberto Carlos. Now it's Dembele. Really fierce, close defending. Threads one in. Played back in. And this is Lewandowski. And he's gone backward here. Platini. Still looking for the first breakthrough, and it is nearly half-time now. Roberto Carlos looking to get on the end of this. Header!
ওরে একটুর জন্য।
Oh, should really have made more of that.
That definitely had the element of surprise to it. Clearly came in when no one was expecting it, and it was drilled.
Zanetti. And it's Scholes.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Messi. Oh, good read.
That was
There's the whistle for half-time. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there, we've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, I think from the manager's viewpoint, Peter, he'll be demanding more from his team during the break, but he'll at least be happy at the way they've contained the opposition so far.
No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Akita are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to
আই
change.
কোন
It's
কাজ
not
করে না
too
ওরে ভাই
tough.
রে ভাই
Out towards the flank. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Platini. Now it's Dembele.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Yaya Toure. Roberto Carlos is looking to influence the game from out wide. Now it's Roberto Carlos. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. O'Shea kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Very little to report from an attacking perspective. Jim, it's a cagey old game.
Yes, 0-0 and little promise of a goal due to the shot-shy nature of this contest, but I'm not giving up on it. There's plenty energy on the pitch, not to give up hope just yet.
Makaleli. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now it's Platini. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Platini puts them all in.
ভাই রে ভাই এটা আউট হইল না
Pullet does really well to win the ball there. And it's Michel Platini. Platini picked out brilliantly. Oh, he's brought him down, and it is a penalty. So
Then even
a
কবে জানি না তো
big
ভাই
chance now from 12 yards.
Substitution on the field. Number 10.
Well, the keepers these days have done their homework.
22, Mateus. Coming on the field. Number 17.
হ্যাঁ জোয়ারেজ তাই
Number 21. Rivaldo.
হাই হাই রে
Oh, no, he misses from the spot.
Oh, Peter, I'm
কামটা
not a
করলাম
great
কি
reader of body language, but I didn't like the way he walked up to that.
Searching pass he's played there.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Now it's Dembele.
দূরও যাও সাপটাও করতে পারতাম না
Played into space. Grealish is sporting a guilty look after that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
আরে
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
মাইরে সাইরে ভাই 3-4টা মিললে বল দিরা
Added time.
And that's been intercepted. And we're done. Frustration, exasperation, vexation, certainly from an attacking perspective. Neither side able to make an impression despite all the huff and puff.
আরে মিয়া মাইরা দিছি পরে আপনার কমেন্ট শোনা গেছে কমেন্ট মনে করেন কিছুক্ষণ পরে আসে 5-10 সেকেন্ড পরে আলহামদুলিল্লাহ ভালো ভাই আপনার কি অবস্থা নিয়ে আইছে ডলা ফরমেশন দিয়ে মার্টিনিসটা আছে এই সাথে ভালো স্কোলস ভালো এই ফরমেশনের সাথে অবস্থা খারাপ হয়ে যাবো আমার দেখেন খালি ভালোই হবে দেখি আন্ডাররেটেড কার্ড অনেক ভালোই হবে
Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. There's the whistle. This is the lineup we've been given. How do you read it, Jim?
Well, what I like about this system, Peter, is the way in which both central midfielders have to work in tandem. If one opts to go forward, the other sits, and when one moves either side to snuff out an attack, the other will hold the central ground.
He's through and all alone! Decent chance! It's there!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Akita are such an adept
নিউ
counter-attack.
আইডি আলহামদুলিল্লাহ ভাই ভালোই
Something out of nothing there.
কি অপোনেন্ট ভাই খেললে খেল ভাই না খেললে জায়গা হুদাই
To
হোয়াইট
convert
করা
a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Ipswich are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Oh, it's Dembele. That's a good ball out wide. Knocks it into space. Oh, nicely intercepted. That's the keeper's ball. So just a one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't.
Oh, what has happened here? Oh, that's horribly mistimed, and it's given penalty.
গোল চুয়ার দেমবেলেই দিতে পারতো তাও মেসিরে দিয়া করাইলাম
He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
Calm as you like, and they're running away with it. Not much more than a formality.
Well, I'm not sure what body language the keeper was trying to read, but it didn't work.
So that's two now without reply.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
He's in plenty of space here. Oh, what a climb! Just cruising. They
দেমবেলে
are
গুলি
cruising.
বেস্ট
Again in a trice, and they are soaring. It was wonderfully efficient.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even...
Bullets! And it's in! A quite incredible spell.
ভাই স্কুলস রে দিয়া খেলা মু কেমনে
And
আমি তো
that
সিএমএফ
really is
এর খেলাই না
so
তো
impressive.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Nedved. This is Dembele. Backward it goes. Turns and goes back. And that's a... Can he finish? Really well taken goal. They are really purring here. And they have extended their lead in the
ঠিক আছে ভাই
blink
ম্যাচ
of an
শেষে
eye.
দেখাইতাছি কি অপোনেন্ট রে ভাই পাঁচটা খায়াও লিপ নেয় না সেই ধৈর্য
One-sided now is getting scary.
And that's it.
অবশেষে
Well, just
নিচে
time for
লিপ
me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening.
A quick reminder today that smoking
ভালো লাগে না ভাই নতুন প্রমোশন। হ্যাঁ ভাই পাবেন, মোটামুটি আইডি পাবেন।
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on.
ভাই লাইভ করবো লোক আর আধা ঘন্টা।
So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, Peter, I think you and I can be sure that neither of us are going to present a serious challenge in trying to outrun Mickey van der Ven. This Dutchman is unusually fast for a defender, particularly the fact is he's 6'4". So I'm just concerned about his hamstrings. I know he's had problems in the past, and I just hope that doesn't go on to...
Climbs up big! Firm header just off target.
He did so well there, it's just a shame about the accuracy.
Pull it, and he's chosen to go back. That's a cute ball. Goal kick. No, I stand corrected, it's a corner.
দেখা যাক ভাই।
And we have our very first corner.
হ্যাঁ ভাই
And he gets rid
17
in a
প্রো ম্যাক্স,
hurry.
ওইটা দিয়ে খেলা কিছুদিন পরে শুরু করবো।
Expertly cut out, really nicely done.
ইম্পর্টেন্ট ম্যাচ আছে কয়েকটা, ওইটা ওইগুলা
Good
শেষ করে
distance
পরে
on it.
ওই মুভ। হঠাৎ করে এক ফোন চেঞ্জ মুভ করলে আপনার টাচ
Well, that was a
হয় আর
period
কি।
of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Looking for the run. Oh, that's fabulous. Ball swung in.
কি রে ভাই এটা কি করলো?
Oh, Milan! There is the
গেম খেলে
breakthrough.
IQOO 13।
A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision.
নো
They need
পেনাল্টি,
to
শিট।
sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
কি পেনাল্টি আছিল?
Milan are in front now. The game's only goal.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more
দেন
expansive,
তো।
although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Threads one in. Oh, he's onto this. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Ball is over the line.
আলহামদুলিল্লাহ ভাই, ভালো ভাই। আপনার কি অবস্থা ভাই? সবই নিজের ভাই।
Milan have... And the shot! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Now it's Hullet. Now that looks a decent ball. Well, that's an excellent interception.
আপ থেকে সাপোর্ট পাইছি আরো। মিলি আর কি, বাট ফ্যামিলিরে এইসবের মধ্যে টানবো না।
He's shifting through the gears here. Takes the shot.
কি শুরু করছে রে ভাই, স্মার্ট
Well,
ইস্ট
the ball's
অপোনেন্ট
run
পয়রা
loose
ধুমধাম।
here. Roberto Carlos. Now it's Bale. Hernes. Makaleli. Nedved. Now, what about a counter-attack? Gullit proves just a little bit too strong.
হ্যাঁ ভাই, কয়েন সেল দেই।
There will be 1 minute added time.
And it's Gullit. Nicely shaped ball. Nedved in acres of space. It's a mighty effort!
টাইম লিগে সেকেন্ড ম্যাচ শেষ হয়ে গেছে।
Well, there were plenty
ইকুর
of
সাথে
talking
হারছি।
points in that first half.
না
but
ভাই,
just
আমি
one
এইসবে
goal.
ভর্তি হই
It's
না।
still anybody's game here.
কয়েন কিনবেন, আমার হোয়াটসঅ্যাপে নক
Yeah,
দিতে
you
পারেন।
don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
And we're already back up and running after half-time.
Akita can really do with
ওই
some
মারলো এটা ভাই,
understanding
হেডটা
out
ইজি
here.
হেডার
At times
বলা
they
ছিল।
didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
হারমো না কি ম্যাচটা ভাই,
Hernes.
বুঝতে।
That's a lovely, neat pass. Hernes.
Such good technique.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And it's Messi.
আরে কি শুরু করলো প্লেয়ার গুলা।
Scholes. Can he spark a counter here?
আরে ভাই, এটি কি করা
Promptly
শুরু।
onto that, and
হাই
that is
রে,
that. Bale. Bale's cross. And that's the keeper's ball. Now by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here.
আরে গুলিত রে।
Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Spread out to the left. Dembele. He has found the way through.
আই হাই রে, মিস করলাম।
And he's there to belt it away. Taken back almost at once. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Dembele. Gullit.
দূর যা, ইজি পাস।
That's gone all the way through to the
আরে
keeper.
ভাই, আইডি দেয়া বিষয় না,
Akita really are
ইয়ার
going
তো
for
আগের
the lead,
মতোই
Akita.
মোটামুটি
Now
সব
it's just a
সেম।
matter of sustaining the effort.
They're coming again and again.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Nice looking ball. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Crunching tackle.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Might be danger here. Could move up a gear here. That is good alertness.
তাবো করতে পারতাছি না, দূর
That's the end of that. It all started well enough.
পুরো যা। গুলিত ভাই এত ফাউ হয়েছে, মতো একটা পাঁচও
And
দিতে
it's been
পারতাছে।
intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now there's a goes for a
ভাই
shot.
এটা সেভ দেয়।
Oh,
ওকা জোদা
that
কোন
was
আমি
no routine save.
Well,
যেমনিও
someone's
খারানো
done his job
লাগবই।
properly, Peter, that's for sure.
না ভাই, যেমনিও খারানো লাগবই। এনতো
Substitution on the field. Number 25.
All the big boys are set for this. It's like land of the giants in there.
Dembele. Number 7. Nedved.
Roberto Carlos plays it short. Platini.
দেখেন তো এই হেড দিতে পারে না,
Letdown.
মানে
You've got such presence.
আর কমো ভাই, কিছু বলার নাই আমার।
That's just playing it safe and simple.
ধর এটা ভাই, এই বলটাও ধরতে পারলো না, মানে
Pops him off it and
আই
wins back the
হাই
ball.
খাইছে রে ভাই।
Now it's Inzaghi.
শেষ টাইম,
And that's it.
কোন আমি এমন বলদ
Again,
মার্কা
and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle.
আবাল।
No shortage of endeavour, effort, at times effervescence, but just...
এমনিও খারানো লাগবেই। জুলাই 17। ওয়ালাইকুম সালাম ভাই, আলহামদুলিল্লাহ ভাই, ভালো ভাই। আপনার কি অবস্থা ভাই? আরে ভাই এটা ইজি গোল আছিল না ভাই, গুলিতে একটা কন্ত ভাই, স্লাইড দিছে, স্লাইডটা লাগছে না, মাইরে দিছে পারেছি। এমনিও খারানো লাগবেই। লিঙ্ক্রি ভাই, ওয়াইফাইয়ের নাম লিঙ্ক্রি। আজকের লাইভে মনে হয় না 100 লাইক হবে। দুইটার তো একটা দইরা নেন, তবে ভালো আইডিয়া করছেন, দুইটার তো একটা, অতটুক বইলা দিলাম। হ ভাই ইউজ করতেছি, আর কি করুম।
Well, what a sight this is. The
প্লিজ
colour, the
ভাই, সবসময় তো
choreography, the
ইউজ করি না।
camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already.
Fernando Torres is looking really fired up here, Peter.
Well, he's been a favourite of yours for years, hasn't he?
Well, club biases aside, I don't think I've ever seen a striker who...
Messi! Loose ball now. In he goes again! There it is!
Well, once more, it's him. And we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
Not so much sophistication as doggedness and sheer bloody-mindedness.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right play.
Oh, he's been caught. Great chance! Now that is commitment to the cause. And we have our very first corner. And now a sudden chance to counter. That is good alertness.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Roberto Carlos picks it up out wide. Goes for goal! And that is quite wonderful! He's got himself an absolute peach. Such thrill, such noise, and how this...
আপনি তো দেখা যাবে আমাদের বেশি রেটিং করছেন।
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Akita are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
So that's two now without reply.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
And it's Nedved. Stood up well to him there. He's picked his way through. Roberto Carlos. He's been taken down and the referee has pointed at the spot. So a big chance now from 12 yards.
রেটিং ভাই
Diogo
কাছাকাছি
Costa looking
গেছিলাম
to stare down to
তখন ভাই,
unsettle the
2100 ছিল,
taker.
অনেক 200
What
দেওয়া
a
ছিল আপনার।
save by Diogo Costa.
কত খেয়াল নাই, 270।
Vitinha. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. And no, he's seen through all of that. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Cannavaro kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Vitinha. And here's Dembele. Raul. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Hullet. Now it's Nedved. Knocks it out wide. Bernardo Silva was only too happy to help out in defence.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward
Hi,
stand-up,
re,
but
bad
that
luck,
was
bhai, bad luck.
squeaky clean.
খেয়াল করে বলেন ভাই।
Now it's Dembele. And this is Hullet. Messi going face to face with his great rival. That's good running with the ball.
Well, this is intriguing.
Messi, good purposeful running this. And he's heaved it away. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Bernardo Silva. Gerrard. And he welcomes it in. It's Raul!
এই যে
And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
It's their
আলহামদুলিল্লাহ
second
ভাই,
goal
আপনার
of
কি
the
অবস্থা?
game.
আলহামদুলিল্লাহ ভাই, ভালো আছি ভাই, আপনারা কেমন আছেন?
And now they can spring out of defence.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Zanetti picks it up out wide. It's a goal kick. A poorly directed kick from the keeper. He's given it away. And the referee brings the first half to a close. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
খেল মারলে তো ভাই কিছু করার নাই।
Kick on after getting that first goal.
লফটেড থ্রু পাস মারার চেষ্টা করবেন।
On another one and kill the game off completely, possibly. But as long as they can keep up the intensity, maintain the purpose levels, I think they'll get another chance soon enough.
It has been a remarkable contest, decorated by goals, and two between them at half-time. And the game has already resumed here. Nicely aimed pass. And this is Nedved. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Saliba proves too strong, too smart. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And here's Neymar. No, no way through. Neymar, Mbappe. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And it's been played through. Tries a shot! Yes! No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Well, at one stage he was being body checked, Peter, and then
আজকে
the
ভাই
next
বেশিক্ষণ
minute
নাই
he's in
আর
the back of
আছি
the net.
আপনার
That's wonderful striking.
15 মিনিট।
A case now of complete control. Nedved was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Bernardo Silva. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Yaya Toure. Messi. He came in hard, very hard. Now it's Messi. Oh, that pass isn't the best. And it's Yaya Toure. And this is Dembele. Goes for a shot! And how did he not make it four?
জিগে যা তো ভাই হারছি।
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. Nesta gets it away. Now the ball in.
Oh, how that cross missed everyone is an absolute mystery to me. It warranted a finishing touch.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Bullets!
হ্যাঁ ভাই
Outstanding
আসলেই ভাই,
save to keep that out.
আর বললেন না ভাই, অসুস্থ ছিলাম তো মাঝে, এরপর কি অবস্থা হয়ে।
Corner number 2 then. And that should get the job done.
Messi really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
De Bruyne. Vitinha. Vitinha purring. Real chance!
আরে ভাই এটা গোল ভাবছিলাম।
No, not quite.
তো করার নাই ভাই, ব্যাড লাক। ইকোনমির উপরে খেলা। আচ্ছা ভাই ঠিক আছে।
There will be 3 minutes.
That's a good ball out wide.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Bullets. They want to be quick to recover this. Shoots! And with that, the final whistle. Well, that was a shimmering, sizzling, scintillating game. The key characters glittered throughout and did what they did when required so to do. There could be only one outcome. Bullets picking up the man of the match.
প্যারা নাই ভাই, ফিরেই সময় দেন আগে। না ভাই, নাইনলের সাথে তো কখনো খেলি নাই।
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So that's got things underway. Barcelona appear to be going with a 3-5-2 formation, Jim. Well,
আরে দূর যা ভাই। জিগু ফুটবলে আপনাকে মেসেজ দিচ্ছিল কিভাবে, আর ওয়ার্ল্ড চ্যাম্পিয়ন রেন্তার সাথে খেলা কেমন লাগলো? খেলা তো ভাই সবার সাথে ভালোই লাগলো ভাই।
And we have our very first corner.
জিকুর সাথে ভাই আমার 2023 থেকে পরিচয়, ঠিক আছে, 24 থেকে, সরি 24 থেকে পরিচয়। আমরা এক সময় একটা টিমমেটে ছিলাম।
Well, there's the clearance. And now a sudden chance to counter. And here's Hullet. And he's running through. Great chance! Ruud Hullet! Oh, it's fabulous!
কি ফুটবলে
As
নাকি?
openings go, This is up there. Another magnificent finish from Mr. Magnificent. This could be good. Very good.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So, a breakthrough already. And it's Bernal. Picked out brilliantly. Goulart gets...
না 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 ম্যাচ মাত্র 2টা হয়েছে হ্যাঁ ভাই অনেক ভালো খেলে
Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Dembele has it out wide and in space. Eto'o. And this is...
ওরে ভাই রে ভাই ভালো একটা রান মেক করছে হ্যালো হ্যালো ব্রো হ্যালো হ্যাঁ ম্যাচ আরো হবে
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
Everyone waited for the cross, but he had other ideas.
করলোটা কি ভাই
Peter, you have to have a certain imagination to produce the incredible, and that was incredible.
That has certainly made things interesting.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. Well, now it's a race for the ball. Bale is looking to influence the game from out wide. It's a good run down the left-hand side. Barcelona trying to orchestrate a breakaway here.
ভাই অপোনেন্ট সেই খেলতেছে
Well, I would say that
Yeah,
this is
খাইছে রে
probably the easiest way to play the game because you try and absorb in numbers defensively, and then you look to
100টা লাইক কি হবে আরো
get
11টা
on
লাগে
board quickly on the counter attack to get your men in behind the opposition defence.
Just looking for that one telling pass. Couldn't squeeze it through. Goulart. Eto'o. Donato shoots!
ওরে ভাই রে ভাই এই
Goal! Barcelona! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
Barcelona go into the lead.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo.
দূর
Now all
যা
they need
করে
is
কি
to
প্লেয়ার গুলো আইডি
try and maintain it.
Shevchenko.
ভাই ম্যাচ খেলার মাঝখানে কেমনে রিপ্লাই দিব কোন
But in the end
ম্যাচটা
it's
শেষ হইতে দেন
Bale. And the shot! Good strike, quite an alarm. Now, what about a counter-attack? Dembele. Into stoppage time, very little left on it. Now this could be a chance. And the whistle goes.
বলেন ভাই কি রিপ্লাই দিব বলেন
It's been thrills and spills at either end in the first half. Neither side really seizing the initiative, and both teams still very much
আপনার
in
তো
it.
কোনো মেসেজই দেখতেছি না ভাই
And we are up to the break.
Well, Peter, I'm just thinking of the best way to describe that.
পেট পুষের আইডি গুলো তো আমিই খেলাই
Frenzied. It was unmissable and it was irresistible. Forget about the analysis on this one. Just enjoy it.
Substitution for Barcelona. Eto'o. Number 8.
কয়েকটা ভালো পেট কার্ডের আইডি পাবেন
And the second
Double
half
booster.
gets underway.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too
আহারে
open.
একটুর জন্য আমার অপোনেন্ট ভাই
That
মারাত্মক
is
খেলতেছে
good.
ভাই
Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender though who was ever so determined. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks.
ইস একটু
Dembele. And it's Forlan. And here's Rashford. Might be danger here. Now that is a hefty challenge. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending and they got away with it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
কিরে ভাই রে ভাই ডেমবেলে ভাই এটা কেমনে বলটা নিল
Well, that's
আল্লাহ
certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
A lucky break would certainly...
Grealish! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
It was such a clever idea to lift it into his path.
হ্যাঁ ভাই সেই খেলতেছে ভাই ওরে ভাই রে ভাই এই জন্যই বলি ভাই এই ফরমেশনের এগেইনস্টে ভাই খেলা অনেক বেশি হার্ড হয়ে যায়
Substitution for
হ্যাঁ ফ্রি
Barcelona.
স্ট্রাইকার তো ভালোই
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Coming on the field, number 15, Xabi Alonso.
Vitinha can see things others simply cannot.
Substitutions taking place.
হাই হাই রোনালদো
Unless
না
they
আপনি
can
খেয়ে
devise a
লাইছে
quick counter-attacking plan, they're going to need to see much more of this ball.
Fofana. Now he's off and running. Neymar. Oh, some tackle that. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And that is a little undercooked. Half an hour gone in the second half. Roberto Carlos. He slings it in.
রোনালদো ভাই পুরা ডেড হয়ে গেছে
Too quick for defence and
একটা
keeper.
হেডও দিতে পারে না একটা হেডও খুঁজে পাইতাছি না।
Xabi Alonso. Grealish. Played into space. He's in plenty of space here. Well read, and the danger is averted.
Barcelona clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
বুঝা
Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. And he's managed to get free.
হাই হাই খাইছে
Big chance! Same again, same outcome.
Oh, they're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of...
আরে ওপোনেন্ট সেই খেলতেছে ভাই না যায় লাইছে একদম ফরমেশনটাও ভাই সেই অনেক অনেক স্পেস পাওয়া যায় এটাকে
Raul. And it's Xabi Alonso.
টাপানিস না কিতা ভাই এত স্মুথ খেলতেছে ভাই
Dembele. He's shifting. And
ওরে ভাই রে ভাই
goal! Two ahead, late in the day. Game over, surely. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle.
ও ভাই সেই খেলছে ভাই সেই
Unpredictable to the very end, momentum shifting this way and that. The kind of match, as neutrals, we all love to come and see.
হ ভাই আহারে 34 মাইনাস লাস্ট ম্যাচ আর একটা ম্যাচ খেলে লাই আছে কোন আমার নাম ভাই যেটা বলছেন এটাই নাম হ্যাঁ ভাই বিদেশেই তো অবশ্যই না এটাই শেষ ম্যাচ এটা খেলা শেষ
Well, football is of course ultimately just a
ভাই
game,
রানুল
but
গেমিং
for the
এত
next 2
সুন্দর কাল
hours,
শট
it might
কিভাবে
not
না,
feel
উনি ভাই
like that.
প্র্যাকটিস করে এভাবে।
The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Expectations and
100 লাইক
decibels both rising
তাড়াতাড়ি
fast
করেন ভাই,
here.
100 লাইক
Things are
তাড়াতাড়ি।
heating up and we'll be getting
93
underway
হয়ে গেছে,
very soon.
এটাই লাস্ট ম্যাচ, এই ম্যাচ পরে লাইভ শেষ।
So off we go then. Vitinha playing game number 100 for his current employers.
Yeah, something that I mentioned to him in person before the match, Peter, although it took some time to register. Pretty much the same with me on my 100th game. I was more focused on winning than anything else.
Messi. Now it's Nedved. Vitinha. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Akita clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
And this is Shevchenko. And this is Nedved. And he's
অপোনেন্ট
taken
লেগছে
no
স্মার্ট ইজি
chances
সমস্যা
there.
কি, অথচ হ্যাঁ নিজেই স্মার্ট ইজি ইউজ করতেছে।
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
Nedved. Now it's Nedved. Looking to play him in. Shevchenko. And he's found shot at goal! He's scored! There is the breakthrough!
হ্যাঁ ভাই অনেক
And
স্মুথলি
the
খেলছে ভাই, সেই
trademark
লাগছে ভাই,
move
আসলেই ভাই।
ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Akita are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
ওরে ভাই নেস্তা, হোয়াট এ ডিফেন্স।
Oh, robust challenge. And they can counter here. Messi making good progress on the right-hand side. He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, nice touch. Not much subtlety about that challenge. Well, the defence proved infallible then. Decent chance! No mistake! They are really purring here. And they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
And how easy did he make that look? That is supreme.
So that's two now without reply.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
He's free. Goes for a shot! Euphoria, utopia.
টিআরকে নীরব গেমিং
Cavorting. Again.
বস নিজে স্মার্ট ইজি নিয়ে আয়া মারা খাইতা।
Soaring. And that
মিং
really is
মিং
so,
2
so
নাম্বারটা ভাই।
impressive.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing. Having the composure to score is another.
A case now of
ভাই
complete
আমি তো,
control.
আমার চ্যানেল কিন্তু ভাই আজকের না, আমি যখন তো
Carlos
2021
looking to
সালের
hit the byline here.
চ্যানেল কিন্তু আমার এটা, তখন পেস গেমের নাম আছিল, তখন ই ফুটবল আসিল না।
Keeper gets just about enough of it.
Well, it was going to take something a bit special from there, and that wasn't it.
Guardiola engages and forces him off the ball. Now it's Hullet. And this is Hullet. He might be in here. Hullet. And the whistle goes for half-time.
কত বাজেট
The
ভাই
mood in
আপনার?
the two camps couldn't be more different as they go in for half-time. Elation on one side, misery on the other.
এটা তো ভাই জানি না, এখন ই ফুটবল দিয়েছে,
Dominated that half, Peter, and now it's all
ইলেকট্রনিক
about
ফুটবল।
game management. There's no need to overstretch
আগে
themselves.
আছিল প্রো
Just
ইভলিউশন
stay calm
সকার।
and see this one out.
Really has been an astonishing game.
আচ্ছা, আপনি
Tempered with
ইনবক্স করে
goals.
রাখেন।
You cannot help feeling that the second half will supply more.
হ্যাঁ ভাই, তামিম ভাই কথাই বলছেন। হ্যাঁ ভাই করি, বড় বড় আইডি থাকে তাদেরকে আর
Here's
কি
the start of the second half.
থাকলে খুঁজে যাওয়ার চেষ্টা।
Okazaki, great ball and he's in here. Real chance.
I'll tell you, Peter, the keeper owes him big time there. He's lucky his mate was wide awake to that.
It's a threatening ball.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Vitinha. Yaya Toure. Good ball, good take. Nedved! They want to be quick to recover this. And Messi! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Okazaki. And that has put paid to that. They're trying everything to subdue him here.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
Vitinha. Here's a man who his teammates can look to in all times. Oh, easy pickings there. Vitinha. And it's Messi. Messi going face to face with his great rival. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Kaka. Batistuta. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Nedved looks to get on the end of this.
Yeah, that works for me. The denial of movement, blunt and brusque.
And the
আরে
finish! And he should have made it four.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits.
কল দিয়েন না ভাই, ভুলেও কল
You
দিয়েন না।
can't help but
মেসেজ
leave some gaps in
কল
the
দিলে
plan.
ভাই বিশ বিশ অঢুলাই বয়া রাখবা আবার দেখ।
Substitution on the field. Number 11.
And we have our very first corner.
Number 25. Hullet. Coming on the field. Number 6.
And he's there to clear it.
Number 9.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Oh, this looks sharp. Neatly clipped into space. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Chance!
দেখ একটা গোল
Sensational from
ডেম্বেলে
Haaland!
বাদার।
Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy. And that is stunning, just too hot to handle.
And I think he's even surprised himself, Peter, in how well he caught that.
So is this the start of a comeback? Threads one in. Roberto Carlos. Vitinha plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Cristiano Ronaldo. Ah, such a clever touch. Takes a shot! It's loose now and they want to get it back. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Costa Curta cuts out the pass.
3 minutes added time.
And the number on the board is 3. Bojan tries to pass it through. Thuram gets over and intercepts. And that is a little undercooked. Kaka, and he's managed to get free. Oh, shooting chance! They've scored! Drama at the death! Is there time for one more twist? And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Well, that was good. A terrific advertisement for attacking football. Both sides glad to trade blows, to set out always only to win. And it came down to one decisive moment.
ভাই এই ভাই পার্সোনালি থাক। তো ভাই আজকের লাইভটা এই পর্যন্তই। না আজকে আর লাইভ করবো না, আমার টুর্নামেন্ট ম্যাচ আছে, খাওয়া দাওয়া করছি। এই যে ভাই দেখে নেন। হ্যাঁ সিটিং তো দেখাইলাম ভাই। দাদার গুলিত ইজ দ্য গড, দ্য হ্যাকার। আজকের লাইভটা এই পর্যন্ত হয়েছে, সবাই ভালো থাকবেন, সবাইকে আল্লাহ হাফেজ। ইনশাল্লাহ আগামীকাল আবার লাইভে দেখা হবে। $200 লাগবে ভাই, এরকম আইডি লাগলে 200 বা 220, 220 হোপফুলি। হাই ব্রো, গুড বাই।